Today I'm going to show you how to sew an easy sleeping eye mask. The pattern down below in the description box will bring you to the pattern pieces that you can print at home. And if you are watching from our website, alohasewingcompany.com, welcome and sew along with us. After you have your pattern piece printed out, you're going to go ahead and gather your supplies. I am using a cotton front and a super soft minky back for my sleeping travel eye mask. I'm also going to use one-sided fusible fleece. This is optional, but it gives it a little bit more sturdiness. This is fold over elastic that's 5/8 of an inch wide, and the cutting dimensions are in that link in the description box below along with this pattern piece. The first thing you're going to do is apply your fusible fleece to the back of your front fabric for your eye mask. This is the rough side of the one-sided fleece, and this is the soft side of the fleece. You want to put this rough side right on the back of your front fabric for your eye mask. Go ahead and bring it to your ironing board and place it right side up so the fabric's showing, and then get a scrap fabric and put it right on top of that, and then you're going to lift and press your iron for 10 seconds at a time until it's all fused. The glue on that fleece will fuse to the front of your fabric here, and you will see here it does not come apart. I like to use the fusible fleece so that it blocks out any additional light that my fabric doesn't block out. And you can use any kind of fabric you want, cotton on both sides, whichever you'd like. Get your pattern piece and lay it on the wrong side of the front fabric for your eye mask. Trace all the way around it. Then you're going to lift it on the left and right sides where those little slit marks are, and place a little mark right where each one of those are. Those are going to be the guides to where you're going to place your elastic here in a few minutes. After you have this done, you're going to get the other back side of your fabric for your eye mask and place it with the right sides together. Put a couple pins in it so that while you're cutting this out, your fabric doesn't shift. If you're using a minky back or a soft back that stretches or something like that, like I am, it's going to shift a little bit as you cut, and that's okay. It's just minky and it doesn't have to be perfect. Go ahead and take your pins out, and if you did not make your marks on your fabric for your slits, go ahead and put the pattern piece there and cut the slits on each side so that you know where you're going to place your elastic. Now let's get the front fabric for the front of your eye mask and place it with the right side up. Get your fold over elastic, and you're going to place it right here over these slits on the sides. There is a shiny side for your fold over elastic, like you see here, and then there's the dull side right here. You want the shiny side facing down over the slit, and you're going to place it about 1/8 of an inch right over the edge of your mask, and do the same thing for the other side. Pin or clip these in place. Now get the back of your eye mask fabric. Face it right side down, right on top of the front piece. Your two fabrics for the front and back, and your elastic should all be sandwiched together, so adjust your pins or clips to sandwich all three of those layers together, and then place a few more pins and clips going around your entire eye mask. At the top, you are not going to sew a 3-inch gap, approximate. It doesn't have to be exact. You just want to keep that gap open so that you can flip this right side out after we've sewn it. I placed 2 clips here to remind me not to sew that area. And now you're going to take it to your sewing machine using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and sew all the way around it except for on the top where you're leaving that gap. Make sure to use small, short stitches and go around those curves slowly. Here's the gap that I have here at the top. And my minky moved while I was sewing, and that's okay. Go ahead and trim off your excess seam allowance, not too close to the stitches, and don't trim it off the top where your opening is. After you've done that, go to the bottom of your eye mask, and right there where your nose is gonna go, clip a slit all the way up to your stitches, but not clipping through your stitches. You're gonna do the same thing around all the curves of this mask, and you do that so when you flip it right side out, your seams lay nice and flat and they won't pucker. Now let's go to the opening at the top and flip this right side out. Using your fingers, make sure you smoothen out all of the seams so they lay nice and flat. And I also like to go over the seams with a chopstick, making sure that they're all nice and open and flat. After you have done this, if you need to iron it to get out any wrinkles, go ahead and do that now, but make sure you don't iron on top of the minky piece if you're using minky. You want to do it on top of the cotton. So now we're going to close that opening by putting your 2 pointer fingers right inside that opening and pulling it apart. That will automatically push the fold of your fabric inward so that it matches up with the rest of the seam across the top. Put a couple pins or clips in that area, and then you're going to top stitch around the entire eye mask using about a 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And make sure you don't catch your strap while you're sewing. Move that around as you need to so you don't catch it in the stitches. And now you're all done. This is an adorable little eye mask that you can make for any purpose, traveling especially. My daughter loves to use these when she sleeps because her room, it gets really bright first thing in the morning. And the pattern pieces for this come in adult and children's sizes. You can adjust the size of the strap if you need to, but this is a pretty great standard size. And again, the link below in that description box will bring you to the pattern pieces if you are watching from YouTube. If you're watching from our website, aloha. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have fun sewing along with me. Please, please, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see all of our easy sewing patterns as they're released. Visit alohasewingcompany.com or the link is down below in the description box on YouTube to see all of our super easy sewing patterns that you can print at home so you can start to sew faster. We make sewing patterns for literally everything from baby items, kids' clothes, decorations, holiday stuff and gifts, bags and more. And before you go, mahalo.